Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today we're going to make keto tortilla chips. Dale's totally out and it's almost lunchtime. Dale eats them every day and we used to buy High-Low Life tortilla chips, but they don't make them anymore. And I've bought up all that I could find. Now I'm working on a homemade recipe, but temporarily I've decided to use these tortillas. Maria and Ricardo's Keto Tortillas. This company makes a variety of regular and healthy tortillas, so be careful. You have to pick the almond flour keto tortillas. If your store doesn't sell them, you can buy them directly from their company on their website. And as always, they're not a sponsor. They don't pay us. We only show brands that we buy ourselves, that we use because we love them. We don't have any sponsors. First, I'm going to show you how they fry up if we just cut them into triangles. They're going to be thicker. Then I'm going to show you how I make them thinner. And I think they make a better chip. Let's go ahead and heat up the oil, about 6 cups of coconut oil. We're going to heat it to 350 degrees. Each tortilla is going to make 8 chips, and I'm going to fry 8 chips at a time because I fry fast. And then what I've learned is more than 8 chips, some get too brown while others are still too light. So I limit it to one serving, one little batch at a time. If you don't mind thick tortilla chips, you can just cut them into 8 triangles and fry them up. But let me show you now how I make them thinner. So it gets cut 8 ways. And I'm going to lay down a piece of parchment paper on a cast iron tortilla press. That's the key. That goes on the bottom. And I'm going to put 8 triangles on the paper. Top that with a paper. 8 more triangles. Top that with a paper and build it up into a stack of 6, then press them. Let me show you. get it now? So you're going to stack the triangles on top of each other with papers in between so they don't stick together. Or you can do just one tortilla cut into 8 triangles and stack those 8 triangles and press it if you just want to make one serving at a time. But last week I worked on how many servings can I make that'll stay crispy. So last week I made 6 servings and they lasted for 7 days. They were still as crisp as when I made them. We're going to make 6 servings today. And then off camera I'm going to experiment making 12 servings because each bag has 6 tortillas. So let me get these pressed to show you how. By the way, I did move the oil. I wasn't ready for it. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a labor of love. A labor of love for Dale. When we dated, we've been married for 20 years, he lived on carbs. Bread, cookies, candy, ice cream, chips. And since then, he's lost 125 pounds, and more importantly, he now controls his blood sugar. So making him chips is worth it to me. Now let's compare the unpressed and the pressed. These are the 2 sizes. I tried cutting one tortilla into 16 triangles and then pressing those, and they got really thin, but when I fried them, they just curled up and broke. So 8's the limit. You can stack them 6 to 8 high, but 8 triangles is the limit per tortilla. Okay, the oil's ready, and I'm ready. Now you want the tortillas room temperature when you press them, because if they're cold, they're harder to press. I just had an idea. They might be even easier to press if I warm them up just a little bit. I'll have to try that next time. So we're going to start with the unpressed tortilla to show you the different way they fry. And like I said, only 8 triangles at a time. I'm going to have to adjust the temperature of the oil as I go. I tried frying them light, but they don't stay crisp. They have to be brown. wasn't too bad. They fry really quickly. 1 tortilla at a time. 8 chips at a time is enough for me. There's a variety. The thicker one's puffed up more. Dale's gonna like that. So we need to leave them to cool. We'll come back and put them into baggies. Oh, the kitchen is really warmed up. I'm baking chicken. So we're going to put them in individual Ziploc baggies. That's good for portion control for us because it'd be easy to eat all these chips at once. But the baggies are going to have to go into an airtight container. This is not going to be enough to keep them crispy. And I'm going to save all the parchment papers. I store them in the freezer to use again. I put the chips in the dining room where it's cooler because, like I said, the kitchen is warm. Few of these weren't crispy. They were too light. See, they're still bendy. I need to fry those more. I was concerned they were going to get too dark, but dark is better than too light because that's just going to make them all go soft in the baggies. Those should be fine now. You let them cool. Still learning. This is all an experience. When you put them in baggie, of course, make sure you squeeze out the air. You already know that. Store them on the shelf. Don't freeze them or refrigerate them. I think that would actually make them soft. Just store them on the shelf. Every morning, I put one with Dale's lunch. Saturdays, I make him nachos. I almost forgot to have one for Dale's lunch. He's upstairs working. I'll bring it to him. So 1 serving is 8 chips. It equals 4 grams of net carbs. Same as the tortillas. For his nachos, I suspect I'm going to have to use 16 chips. I don't think 8's going to be enough. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.